And we're live. What is going on, Dirt Diamond Sports Talk family? Welcome back to the pod, proudly part of the Spark Podcast Network. I'm Ryan, as always, joined by my man, Wally. Today, we're going to talk about a series the Astros technically won, but I'm not entirely convinced they actually won it as much as the San Francisco Giants found two different ways to lose it. Houston leaves San Fran with 2 out of 3, a 62-60 record, still sitting in first place in the American League East by a game and a half. Good. Take the wins. Nobody gets them back in September, so your win's a win, right? But this isn't exactly championship baseball, Wally. Monday, San Francisco had Houston down to its final strike. Wednesday, 7 of the first 12 Giants reached base. They loaded the bases in each of the first 2 innings. Houston had 4 hits all afternoon, and somehow San Francisco scored only once and lost. So we'll give the Astros credit where it's deserved. Bullpen was good. Cam Smith came through. Hader continues to lock down games. Seattle comes to Houston now. This is the thing. Seattle's falling apart, right? They've lost 6 straight entering today's 7 straight entering today, right? Now they're below 500.
They're Cal 9 Raleigh, games under right now.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh has fallen off a cliff. Pitching is starting to leak. Bad teams let Seattle, come into Houston, win 2 out of 3, and suddenly everybody in the Pacific Northwest starts believing again. But good teams look at a wounded division rival and say absolutely not. So here's the kicker, Wally. Let's talk about it. Seattle already owns the season series tiebreaker against Houston. So the Astros can't afford to play for a tie. They need separation, and they need to put their foot on the necks of Seattle.
Yeah, no, you nailed it on as far as both things about the Mariners and the Giants. Just backing up a little bit about the Giants. If you want to know why a bad team is a bad team, let's look at just some of the play-by-play in the first game. In the ninth inning, Trammell lines out to center. Walker walks. Allen ran for Walker. Varsho flies out to center. So you got 2 strikes, or you got 2 outs. Wild pitch to second. Cam Smith just hits a little bleeder, just hit it where the guys weren't. And he knocks a run in, and then the Astros score 3 in the 10th. Yesterday's game, in 1 inning, you have a drop fly ball. You have an alleged double play attempt that looked about like a girl's softball thing, a 3rd grade girl's softball thing. The shortstop gets it, and Schott puts it to second. Adames Schott puts it to second, and then the second baseman winds up about like, if you've seen old Satchel Paige videos, and he winds up. That's about like he threw from second to first, and it was terrible. And the Astros get the second run, and you're like, how did this happen? Well, here's how it happened in San Francisco. The bullpen was just absolutely electric.
Yep.
It was at an 0.84 whip, gave up 1 run, as De Los Santos gave up 1 run, 6.28, 6.063 it was such a weird series because each team neither team actually won any game. Both teams actually lost it. The Astros left the bases loaded, or had the bases loaded in the first and second, and got 1 out of it. And it was, you just felt like it was a team that was, it looked like a team that had been on a road trip and was ready to get home.
Yeah, for sure.
Really what it looked like. And to your point with Seattle, they're 9 games under 500. Okay, no one saw that coming. At the beginning of the season, I and most people thought that the Mariners would win comfortably. Call it 7-8 games, whatever that was. But when you look where they are, we poked a little bit into it last show. Why are the Mariners so bad? Well, they're 29th in OPS with a 683. They got a 228 average, which is batting average, which is 29th. They've scored the least amount of runs in the major leagues. They do walk a fair amount. The pitching is still good, but it's not airtight like it's been. It's the WHIP is 121, which is good, but their ERA is 385, which is still in top third, but in the bottom part of it.
Do you have stats on their last 10? This is something that I pulled and I found really interesting.
No, I don't have anything on their last 10, but the Yankees have schooled them.
Oh yeah, their batting average is 215. This is a 3-7 record over the last 10. Their on-base percentage is only 300. Their slug is 343. Their ERA of 491. Their opponent's batting average of 284. So they're struggling and they're getting beaten on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about. I did some work on the pitchers and where they are. Their home and away splits are pretty stark. Kirby's away stat. I'm not looking at didn't write down what his ERA is, but it's in the mid threes.
He's a 3.68.
Yeah, his ERA away is 4.10 with a 1.443 WHIP. The average league WHIP is about 122, 123. Hancock is at 363, 1.21, and he's the most neutral home and away. Brian Wu away is 1-8 with a 6.22 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP. I bring these pitchers up because that's who the Astros are gonna face this weekend. Yep. Andres Munoz, the closer, is virtually even. His ERA is up to 3.8 from 173 last year, but his WHIP isn't that much higher. But I think what we're looking at is he's already given up 5 home runs. He only gave up 2 last year.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting when you start looking at the matchups. One of the things that really stood out to me was George Kirby. I mean, wow, the guy has just not been George Kirby. A 3.68 ERA, a 3.66 FIP, a 5.2% batted ball rate, 44.9 ground ball rate. He doesn't just beat himself. He gives the ball away, basically. Yeah. I mean, Houston's got to create damage. And, the one thing he's got going for him is that ground ball rate. Houston's not primarily a ground ball team, at least at home. So this should fare well for the Astros for sure, especially with Lambert and his 3.09 ERA on the other side of the ball there.
One thing that
do we just admit that Lambert is who he is this year and stop waiting for some sort of regression?
Yeah, I think the concern about Lambert is how much he's been used in the past. Back up to Kirby just a second. He's walked almost as many people this year as he did all of last year. He marked 29 last year. He had 23 starts last year. So he was hurt a fair amount. So he's on about the same pace. But the year before he had 33 starts and walked 23, and he's already walked 28. Now, it's still a low walk rate, but looking inside the numbers, that'll give you a reason why. Lambert wasn't as good last year. You've seen a lot of the ball. Look to see what the location of his fastball, and look to see how his breaking ball is, if his breaking ball is sharp.
Yep.
Look for location first. That'll tell you if he's running out of gas. I expect
he's still hanging that 1.15 WHIP, which to me, it's watching that not necessarily elevate or begin to rise on a on a moving average. That to me, that's the part that tells my anxiety to calm the hell down. It's okay. Relax.
Yeah.
Have some confidence.
It's normal to think, here's a guy we haven't seen. We've got a little PTSD from Arrighetti earlier this year. Eric Getty, you and I were on it. We said that,
yeah.
we were on Eric Getty earlier this year, and we said, we're thrilled that he's doing it. Where would they be without him? But at the same time, we were both saying that if this is going to continue, he's got to quit walking guys and quit hitting guys. Well,
exactly.
When his hits per inning started moving more towards average, he got beat.
Yeah.
What'd you think about Eric Getty having that bum foot?
When some of these things come up like this, in hindsight, you always go, "Oh, yeah." Maybe
for those who don't,
this is something lingering. This is something that he tried to work through, and now they're saying again that they're going to try to work through it, give him some rehab. Probably cortisol his butt up. I guess it didn't necessarily surprise me after a lot of what we talked about, which was he was doing well, man. He was doing so good. There were some things going on behind the numbers, but then all of a sudden it was just like, what happened here? And so it doesn't necessarily surprise me to hear this news.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the after he got traded, they found out he had some sort of a neural issue in his feet, and so
a nerve issue.
One of his feet. So they're seeing what's going on there. Back to the Mariners. We talked a little bit about getting deeper inside their hitting numbers. The guys who are doing okay for him still is Rosarina. He's 276, 369, 822, and he's an Astros killer. But one who's come up that's become a leader for them that you might not expect is Dominic Canzone. We looked at him earlier in the season and said he's got some pop. He could be something. He's a left-handed hitter. 254, 495, 824.
A 134 WRC plus.
Yeah. And Brendan Donovan's fine. He's been over the league average. He's coming back from an injury. He came back after the All-Star break. But what's really killing them to get farther in is both Josh Naylor and Cal Raleigh have been abysmal. Well, yep. Naylor's been just below league average, but last year his OPS was 831. This year it's 704. Cal Raleigh last year had an OPS of 948. This year he's at 161, 301, 574. I'm going to put this in perspective.
With a 70 WRC plus, which that means he's producing roughly 30% below league average offensively.
I'm going to put this in perspective, everybody. We all want to kick Nick Allen around for his weak batting. He's batting. His OPS is 616. His OPS is 42 points higher than Cal Raleigh. Cal, I hit 60 home runs. Now I can't hit it 60 feet, Raleigh.
It's incredible. Cal Raleigh
that's dreadful.
Striking out at a rate of 32.2. Like, Seattle didn't just lose an MVP caliber player to free agency or something. They lost him while the dude is still standing there.
I'd rather lose a guy to.
The body is still there, but he's not doing anything. Gosh.
We've said it before. I truly hope there's nothing going on, and he's, maybe he's got a vision issue. He's got to check out. But it does bring up the PED question. We'll just throw it out there.
How do you explain last year?
This is a
guy that didn't have more than 32 home runs in an entire season, went on that freaking tear last year, and now it looks like this. I mean, if the guy's clean, I feel really, really bad for him, because of guys like us just questioning what was an amazing career season. But I mean, how does that happen?
The closest read across I can come up to this is Brady Anderson. Remember Brady Anderson hit
I do
50
remember.
home runs one year,
Yep.
and he had done nothing. And he comes up and hits
Never
50
heard of
home
him.
runs and then drops down to 20 or something. I can look at
Yep.
his baseball reference, but he did have the year before was good. He was on an upward track. No one expected him to do 60, but people didn't expect him to do, what has he got, 12, 13 home runs this year, something like that?
Who knows? I don't know, but yeah, just I don't know. The Cal Raleigh slide or disappearance. It's inexplicable. I just don't know how you can have something so stark of a difference without saying. We're far enough into the season now that if he was playing with a lingering injury, we'd probably already know it.
Right.
But it's just wild to me.
Again, you feel for the guy and you hope, we really do hope that there is something physical that can explain it. And even though he, figured out after the season, so the Astros have a chance to keep the Mariners down. But no one wants to see a guy drop that far out. As he seems like a decent guy.
Yep.
You never hear him. You never hear of him saying stupid stuff or doing stupid stuff. And they had a premonition that something was going on in the WBC because they started him. He couldn't hit, and Will Smith ended up starting that last game because he was liability. He got beat out.
Yep. So depending on what happens with Seattle's game in New York today, they'll come to Houston either 5 or 6 games back.
Yeah, they're up 1-0 right now.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're really the best team in this division, Houston Astros, this is the series where you're supposed to prove it. Beyond that, looking ahead, Seattle's next stretch is brutal after leaving Houston. They go to Milwaukee, Cubs, Phillies at home, to Toronto, and to Boston. That's 15 straight games against playoff contending teams.
Yeah.
Houston, meanwhile, next 15 games after Seattle include the Angels, the Athletics, Yankees, Mets, and White Sox. That's not exactly the gauntlet.
It's not bad. It's not easy.
But it's not easy. So
not at all. Because the Mets are playing better.
Based on today's records, Seattle's battling a .548 win percentage. Houston's battling a .460 opponent win percentage. So this is the window, man. This is the window.
Where'd you pull that? I pulled the same numbers. I got all the teams being right around 48%. But the point
I'm just talking the next 15 games.
Oh, next 15 games. Gotcha.
The next 15 games. Yeah, to finish
out
the
month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it flips the other way in September because the Astros have a tough September and the Mariners have an easy September.
Yep.
And everybody's thinking the Rangers are going to go away. I don't think the Rangers go away. You and I before the season talked about the Astros and the Rangers being neck and neck right about them. You had the Astros higher than me. Yeah. You had 87. I had 82 wins. But I had I couldn't put a piece of paper between the Astros and the Rangers depending on who was going to have a better record. And that's where it's going right now. The Angels have been doing the Lord's work for us the last couple of nights. So let's just hope they do it again.
If you had to make a choice, would you take Houston's immediate schedule or Seattle's September schedule?
I'd take the Astros immediate set. I would take the Astros immediate schedule because if the Astros, right now, because if the Astros can take 2 out of 3, let's say they win the next 3 series, or the Mariners, Angels, and Athletics, that puts you at 6-3. Let's just say you take 2 out of 3. Let's say the Yankees take 2 out of 3 from us, which is highly probable. So you're now at 8-4 or 8-5. You take 2 or 3 from the Mets, 2 or 3 from the Mets, and then you take toss a coin. You say, lose. Let's just say you
I
lose.
think you win another series against the White Sox.
Yeah, I think you can win another series against the White Sox. But if you don't, just don't get swept, and you come out of that 3 over 500. If you for that run with the Mariners, you've got the Yankees who they got one left. They got to go from the Yankees to the Brewers to the Astros to the Brewers to the Cubs is not bad, and then to the Phillies. Their travel is not too bad.
They're home. They go to Milwaukee and then home
that's
for the
right.
Cubs and Phillies, and then they go to Toronto and to Boston.
Yeah, so they've got that West Coast travel in there, which is going to make it tough. Come back to the same thing we've said all along. If they can be 6 up, call it 5 or 6 up on the 1st of September, it's very difficult for a team to make that up because you got to make up a game a week.
Yep.
And yeah, you can win and lose. A team can get real hot, a team can get real cold, and you can have a 3-game swing.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, those things even out, and it's tough. Now the Rangers,
like you said, the Rangers are still hanging in there. But here's the thing about the Rangers as well is they are not good against teams over 500. So they are 22-30 against teams over 500. And I have not pulled their
I've got it.
Schedule.
I've got it. They're at the Angels. They're at the Athletics. They've got the Nats. They've got the Angels. They're at the White Sox. Couple series or the series before the Astros are there. They go at the Brewers, the Athletics, the Rays, at the Mariners, Diamondbacks, Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Mets. So they've got middling, a good middling, even middle of the road schedule.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's not a hill of beans of difference between the winning percentages from here to the end of the season. It's just it can't get asked. None of these teams can get too far ahead of themselves. Win the game in front of them.
Yeah. Well, what is your comfort level going into September as far as a lead for the Astros?
I am notoriously skeptical, so none. I'd like to have a 3-game lead over the Rangers. I mean, to say where we are right now, but if the Rangers lose tonight, that's 2. We got another couple of weeks. You'd love to make up. You'd love to stretch that out 1 to 2 games to be, 3-4 ahead. With the Mariners, the importance of this series coming up. Let's just really flip a coin and say the Astros are able to sweep them.
Yeah.
Okay. That puts the Mariners 12 games under 500. Okay. It's not impossible, but you start looking at history to see if it's ever been done.
Well, and they wouldn't be 12 games. They wouldn't just be 12 games under 500. They'd be, what would that put them? That would put them,
well, depending on what happens, they'd be 8 or 9 out.
They'd be 8 or 9 back of Houston. Yep. Weirder things have happened, but that's in that case, I think a sweep here would just take.
It wouldn't put them away, but you'd start getting the shovels out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else happened around the MLB that's newsworthy. How about Bregman coming out of the grave and going nuclear with 3 home runs?
Yeah, I saw that he raised his OPS like 22 points in one game.
That's insane. Chicago's now won 8 of 9 and put a little bit of pressure on Milwaukee.
They're 21 over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're playing good ball.
They were talking about that MLB radio the other day is that, the Brewers have been the best in baseball. The Cubs have just slowly been coming on.
Creeping in.
Yeah, the Brewers have had a tough trip out west. The Padres did did well against them. I think they might have swept them. At least took 2 out of 3.
They did. And go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and so the Cubs have won 8 of the last 10. Padres, or excuse me, the Brewers have won 5 of the last 10. That's 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
3 games over a 2-week period.
Yep. Tampa Bay is ridiculous right now. A 9-0 West Coast road trip. Apparently, that's their first 9-0 road trip in franchise history. That stat kind of threw me for a loop. It's kind of shocking to hear that about the Rays. They're 74-46 now, so best record in the American League.
Right.
Remember we were talking crap about the Dodgers struggling?
Yeah, that ended fast.
That didn't go very good.
Yeah, the thing though about the Dodgers still is
bullied the Dodgers into remembering who the Dodgers were.
The Dodgers pitching is what it is.
Yeah.
Their pitching is we had a little bit of the last show when we talked about the age of the teams. When you look at the Dodgers and their pitchers, all their best pitchers are pretty much all their best pitchers are under 30 years old. Yeah, Yamamoto's good.
He's so good. Ohtani homered. So yeah, that's something. That's something.
Yeah, they've got a 3.70 ERA. The top pitching ERA in baseball is the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we want to keep a look at? Typical, like the Tigers did a couple of years ago when they sold and then made the playoffs. The Kitties are hot.
They're 7-3 in their last 10. Yep.
They're like right. They're like
7-3 in their last 10. So not that they're going to make any hay as far as a playoff spot, even though they're only a game and a half out of the wild card. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, they're both the Rangers both the Tigers and the Twins are a half a game out of the wild card.
Yeah.
One thing about it is if the Rangers do, if the Astros get into a tie, if the Rangers and the Tigers, or if it comes down to the Red Sox, the Astros have the tiebreaker in all those. The Twins have the tiebreaker against the Astros, and I believe the Astros have the tiebreaker against the Guardians.
I think so.
The one is you have to beat the Mariners because the Mariners, as you correctly said the other day, is that a little earlier, is that they already have the season series and they beat up on the Astros when the Astros are trying to figure out which way was up.
Yep. Definitely. We'll see. That's the thing about the Blue Jays too, is not even necessarily within the actual playoff race, but the Blue Jays have quite a few games against teams that are competing for a playoff spot. So a lot of back and forth there, more than likely.
Back to the Mariners. Can you believe that the Mariners have the fourth worst record in the league? But they're the Mariners, and they're going to come in, and they've first game to put them to sleep is going to be huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Too bad we can't stream it to the Caribbean.
Yeah. Oh man, you need to get a VPN out there. So
we probably could, but if I start streaming this game when I'm on vacation in the Caribbean, I would not be around to do another podcast.
Rightfully so, Mary. Rightfully so. Oh man. Well, that's just kind of a midday show for us here today, Wally.
As they say on Little Steven's Underground Garage with the Mighty Manfred, he calls it the midday matinee.
The midday matinee. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Well,
did you see what I posted on X?
No.
It said this is let me see what I put on this thing. It was does a daytime drama version a little after 1:15, minus the scheming and messy breakups of daytime soap operas.
Oh man, we'll leave the drama. We'll leave the drama to be had on the Dirt Diamond. How about that?
That's it. Good luck
Good
to everybody.
stuff.
See y'all in a week or so.
Man, be safe. Have a lot of fun. Soak in that sun, Wally. Until next time, guys, I'm Ryan. That's my man, Wally. This was another Dirt Diamond Sports episode. Proud part of the Spark Podcast Network. Until next time, go Astros.